So my QuickTime recording didn't collect any audio. What? Anyways, it's always better the second time. It'll be quicker the second time.
Okay, yeah.
So, preparing to vote, Election Day 2020. I found the sample ballot for Madison County, Alabama, and these statewide amendments in general. There's no way for the voter, for people like me, the citizens of Alabama, to actually add ballot initiatives. There's no ballot initiative to do things that I want to do or I'm interested in, like legalizing cannabis, decriminalizing controlled substances. There's no ballot initiative here to actually provide a mechanism by which there can be voter ballot initiatives. Like, I've tried to do that. I've tried to talk to representatives. They're against the idea. They don't like democracy. I mean, these are the kinds of Republicans that don't like democracy in general. They kind of are scared of the people. And I mean, sometimes for good reason. People are scary. But notice that this ballot, first of all, there's no choice for, look at all these people. No choice. There's no choice. The only choice you have are these ballot initiatives which were selected by people in government, by the authorities, by the people with power. Not the people, but just the ones who made it onto ballots like this through this system that is corrupted. And look, there's no choices. I see my first choice is the Public Service Commission, President Public Service Commission, and I don't even know what the difference between those two people are or why. I don't even really care. If there was a platform, like ideally we should be able to vote using our phones and using apps that are provided in a marketplace by third-party providers, which allowed us to verify that our votes worked and could even allow the candidates to kind of link information right into the application. So you could do a little research to see, what's your pitch right here? Or should I go try to look these people up? It's like, I don't really care. I think public service commissions have something to do with our utilities, and maybe that's not fair to them, to these people, but the system just isn't conducive for me actually caring about what they do and why I should vote for one or the other. But notice I can vote for that person. I probably won't vote for anyone. I actually might use this as a way to check my vote, so I might just write in my name here so that I can go to the records and verify that my vote wasn't counted. Because I've done that before. I've actually wrote in my name and I look for the votes to see if my vote was counted, and it wasn't. So I recommend that as a tool, and you could do that on any of these. Just write in your name or write in some unique name. And then go look and see who all voted for you, and you'll notice that, and it's actually those write-in candidate votes are hard to identify because they're all like, that's analog information. You have to go in and actually rely on the people counting the write-in votes, and there's a lot of mistakes that get made. One of my suggestions for the ballots is that you should be able to use like a Scantron style write-in candidate, so it could be digitized. That would be nice. I actually like the idea of not showing any candidates on the ballot and just having write-ins where you use Scantrons, like we did in the schools when we took tests. That way we don't show preference to any candidate. But let's see, we can choose between Tommy Tuberville and Doug Jones. Doug Jones he was elected, he served for a little while. Tommy Tuberville was a football coach. I've seen him once. He was kind of high on pills because he had done a surgery. I was trying out for the kicker on the Auburn football team in 2005, along with 30 other people, and none of us actually made it. And he was out there wandering around the field high, is what it looked like to me. Doug Jones and Mo Brooks. I sent a message out about the MORE Act, where we remove cannabis from the Controlled Substances Act. I used normal.org to do that. And I got an automated response from Doug Jones. I got no response from Mo Brooks. I think Mo Brooks usually sends a letter in the mail, so it's a little more expensive. But it's always like a canned response. It's not personalized. So these guys, neither Mo Brooks nor Doug Jones are actually good at their job because they don't know how to represent their people, which would require some technology. So, they need people like me to help them become better representatives, people who can actually innovate information technology and help them recognize the signal from the noise. I might go with Tommy Tuberville just to give him a shot. It's kind of the same reason I don't think I'll vote for Donald Trump. Is we gave him a shot, he had his chance, and he has not done the things I'd like to see. He should have demanded that everyone on the ballot, for example, are in the debate, and including Joe Jorgensen, and he should have demanded that we use kind of the long form podcast. So like one example would have been that each candidate got to pick their favorite podcast host for a 3-hour podcast, and they could have gone at it 3 times for 3 hours each, and that would have been pretty good. I would have really enjoyed that, but Donald Trump didn't do that. He didn't use his power to make that happen. And I think it would be very important because these are gates. Like, there are these gatekeepers, and we have to. He talks about the swamp, and the swamp to me is the same thing as gatekeepers. And he could have done something about these gatekeepers in the election system. He could have done that. I don't know. Maybe he would have got assassinated, but I mean, he's an older guy. He's lived a good life. Sometimes you have to be willing to sacrifice yourself for the greater good. But he also didn't. He should have avoided those press conferences and instead had his own podcasting studio where he rotated in people who have compassion and are thoughtful to actually have conversations with. Have long form conversations with them in public. That would have been really nice. He's not doing things like that. He's just, there was no innovation. So I probably won't vote for him. I went to each of their websites. I tried to record this thing earlier and failed. And I'll just very quickly. So I went to Biden. So Joe Biden. I tried to contact Joe Biden early on. I wanted to be his vice president. I got no response. But let's see about Joe's vision. So you go to his website and you can see these issues. And I went through all of them. And then I made the point: the president appoints people. The president can do executive orders. They can help nominate Supreme Court justices, and they are the commander-in-chief of our military, and they have the veto power. So, none of this stuff really matters too much. You can search for military. The Biden plan to serve our military. And you can search for veterans, support our veterans. You can look for appoint. Another thing about appointments, there's executive orders. Nothing about that. Vetoes. There's no veto. All right, so he's talking about a lot of stuff that doesn't matter. I go to Trump. He actually doesn't have any ideas, and might be a strategy. Here's an about. I didn't go to his about. He's not talking about ideas. Promises kept, maybe. I guess there are. You had to dig for them. But here's a promises kept website. Interesting. He kind of talked about, not getting involved abroad, and he actually dropped a lot of bombs. He didn't do anything about the Controlled Substances Act. I think that was a problem. He got that old Sessions in there. That was a terrible idea. Nope.
Hello.
Let's look at.
Hello, how are you?
Joe 20.
Good. Okay, we're here. Thank you. Bye-bye.
This is actually a really good website. So issues, very easy. And then I can hover over these things, unlike Biden. So with Trump, you had to dig deep. With Joe, you get to just hover. And this was a big one for me. Armed and neutral. So Commander-in-Chief has this power. But, so yeah, she actually is talking about something that she can do. A lot of these other things you can't actually do without the help from Congress, unless you're doing it illegally. But yeah, I'll probably vote for Joe. A better website. They actually have this Discord server you can click on, and something about our military is here. And let's see. Yeah, so that's it. I hope you kind of enjoyed my analysis here, and hopefully things don't get too hectic. Our current system is crap. There's no way for you to verify that your vote got counted and it got counted correctly. I recommend, I talked about filling in your name to do some type of a check in next year. But we could be using software to allow you to check your vote quickly, very quickly. And we could have a trustworthy, reliable system, and I could build it, I could design it. There's a lot of people like me who could do that. But our system's terrible. There's no choices. There's all these gatekeepers. There's all this inertia, cultural inertia, that is holding us back. So, yeah, I'm not excited about this election at all. All right. Thank you for your time.